What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Showtime Radio Podcast. I am your host, Showtime, also known as Jenna. And before we get into this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, smash that notification so you know when I drop a video. And tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to pour up a drink of your choice as I dive into these hot topics. Now, today I wanted to discuss motherhood, and I'm not going to get too deep into other things because I do want to make more videos in depth about it. But I just want to discuss motherhood. I feel like we're starting now to voice what we go through, but I feel like it's so important to have different opinions of motherhood because there's so many different mothers out there with different experiences. As you know, I am a mother. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it in almost every one of my podcasts. I am a mom, and I just wanted to discuss some things that I found very important that could be a helpful tool to other mothers. And the first thing I wanted to discuss is that there is no perfect mother. There's no perfect mother out there. As much as a lot of us women, as much as a lot of us moms, and even some men want us to believe this, there is no perfect mother out there. Why? One is because we're all different women. We're all different people. We all have different minds. We all grew up differently. And there may be things that we share similar. We may have similarities with other mothers, but there's no one way to think, one way to do motherhood. There isn't. And to play off of that is that every child is different. The children that you have, that you gave birth to, and the children that you may be surrounded by, they're all different. They all have their personalities. So it's hard to say motherhood is supposed to be this way. This is how you be a perfect mother, when you have to transform yourself into different kind of mothers, you have to transform yourself into a different form of mother depending on the child, and depending on the situation. So the idea, if you're trying to, and I still, like I said, I'll say it all the time, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I'm on this journey with you guys. I'm growing and evolving with you guys. So if I find a helpful tool that I'm practicing in the moment, I'm gonna share with you guys. I'm not at the end of my race. I'll never be at the end of my race until I pass. So as I'm learning, I'm sharing. Okay, so we're on this journey together. I was obsessed with being a perfect mother, and I think that goes back to 2018. I had lost my first child. My cervix, there was complications with my cervix, and I end up giving birth, and he ended up passing not too long after, at 5 months into my pregnancy. So so there's already that guilt, that shame, that endless question of what did I do? What didn't I do? Why couldn't I have provide for my child enough? Right? So as mothers, you want to be able to provide for your children's needs in all kinds of ways. You want to have all the answers. You want to just be there, just be their superhero, be there and in all. But in reality, that's not the case. In reality, we're their leaders. In reality, we're their guides. And so going back to my original point, that played a big part into wanting to be a perfect mom, because I already feel like I had messed up. Now, if you have a similar experience with losing a child, I am deeply sorry. I understand that pain, and I'll definitely do a video on that, and how to begin to heal and keep living. So stay tuned for that video, because that definitely will be helpful for a young mom. I wish I viewed more videos of how to get through that. But so if you have that similar experience, you may be sharing the same experience with me of, like, in your next pregnancy, of how to do better, how to be perfect so nothing gets messed up, how to, provide and take care of my child in the best kind of way. Motherhood is messy. It's messy, it's stressful, it's chaotic at times, it's sad at times. And so it's really hard to be perfect when you have all these different things coming at you. We're human. We make our own mistakes. It's normal for us to make our It's normal for us to make mistakes with our children because we're still making mistakes in our own lives. And for us to get to a place, for mothers to get to a place to understand that I'm still learning, especially young moms. I'm still learning. So give yourself some sort of credit to know that you're still learning for yourself, still making your own mistakes in your own life, that you're gonna have some mistakes when raising a child, that you're gonna face some things that you wish that you could have did better. You're gonna have some sort of shame and doubt and guilt, and it's normal to have those feelings, but just don't stay there. You want to use those things as a tool, and that's what gets you to become a better mom. But there's no perfect mom. I don't care. You may comment like, hey Showtime, hey Jenna, I think I'm a perfect mom. And I think there's amazing moms out there. I think we're all, if you're a mom that loves your child, that's doing everything they can to put a smile on their face, to get creative, to spend time with them, you're doing a good job. Okay, you're doing a good job. But allow yourself, and this ties into my next point, allow yourself to make mistakes and not beat yourself up about it. I learned that kids don't, especially when they're younger, they don't really care for the black and white. They just want somebody there. They just want love. They want to talk your ear off. They want you to hold up a toy train and crash so they can crash theirs into it. It's the little things for the kids. And we forget that now that we're grown and we outgrew that kid in us. We outgrew being a child. We forget that it's the little things. The kids pay attention to the little things. They're not looking at, was I able to make them this fancy meal? I had to feed them frozen chicken nuggets and mac and cheese. Majority of kids love chicken nuggets and mac and cheese, whether it's you breaded the chicken yourself or it came from a freezer, whether you made the mac and cheese yourself or it came from a little bowl cup or whatever. We need to stop beating ourselves up, and that doesn't mean don't strive to be able to have the time, the energy, the money to create a fabulous meal for your child. That means don't stress in the moment where you're not able to. If you're still providing, if you're still giving, if you're still showing some type of love to your child, putting the chicken nuggets in the air fryer, chicken nuggets in the oven, and making mac and cheese, adding a little seasoning that you have, adding a little cheese, putting it in a cute way on the plate for them, or giving them their favorite drink with it, or just the meal alone. If you're still providing for your child, to them you're doing an amazing job. You just fed them mac and cheese and chicken nuggets. I mean, for them it doesn't get better than that. I know my daughter Liana love her some chicken nuggets, and my son actually loves mac and cheese. So there you go, right there. So it's okay. You have to learn in motherhood to give yourself that room to learn. Give yourself that room to grow. Give yourself that room to study your child. You're not gonna get it right the first time on everything. Some things you may, and some things you may not. Why? Because this is your first time experiencing it. You'll never really get the gist of it, and never really grow in motherhood and in life, other circumstances in life itself, unless you throw yourself in it and you learn. And you have no choice but to swim, because that's your kid. And you gotta swim for them. You gotta take care of them. There's no sinking in motherhood. You swim, okay? You swim. And if you felt like you were sinking, what do? You figure out a way to get back to that surface, and you flap them. I was about to say flap them wings. You flap them arms, girl, and you get back to that surface, and you take that and you reset. I feel like 9 times out of 10, mothers see what they didn't do or what they could have done better than what they actually did. That was pretty cool, pretty good, pretty doggone skippy, I'd say in my book. We do that so often. We take away from what we actually done. We take away the value that we've given our children. We take away, the things that we've done for our kids, and we just get so wrapped up in, I should have did this, I could have did this, I should have, and we really need to take a step back and just be like, at the end of the day, you put the kids down and just be like, yo, I was able to do X, Y, and Z today. I made so-and-so laugh today. I had extra time to play with them today. I read them 2 books today. I made cookies with them today. I gave them a cookie today. We went on a walk today. I had a conversation with them today. It's the little things. It's the little things that have that snowball effect. We sit here and we wonder how we're going to have these relationships, how to make sure we have a good relationship with our kids, and when they get older, they want to have a relationship, we're close with them, and we have that relationship we see in movies or whatever, and they still come visit us, and they still love us and stuff like that. And so we're so focused on the bigger stuff that we don't realize that it starts with the little stuff. And think about it, in a romantic relationship, right? And this may not be for all, but I know for me personally, it's the little things. Levin's one time, he was driving around, I forget where he went, and he comes home with a flower that he picked out of, I think it was a nice flower, I think it was in like the Wendy's parking lot or something somewhere, Wendy's, Massachusetts, something like that. And he picked this beautiful flower and he brings it home to me, and I was just like, yeah, I love store-bought flowers too, don't get me wrong. He gets me those guys. He's not just out here picking flowers to give to me. But it's the little things. He knew I love flowers. He saw one that was beautiful, and he gave it to me. And you know what that does? That fuels the relationship. It fuels it. So when we bring that back to with the children, the little things, like I said, playing with them, when you play with them, that's building memories. That's interacting with them. That don't cost no money. That don't cost no stress. Maybe a little bit if they're a little rough player. But that fuels the relationship. You're already building that bond that you want to have with them when they get older. And so you gotta stop worrying about how to be perfect. You gotta stop worrying about the bigger things and just start with the little things. In motherhood, you're not going to be able to control everything. You're not. It's not realistic for you to think I can control everything. Because why? I'm going to tell you why. They're going to get older and they're going to make their own decisions. And some you're going to agree with and some you're not. So that off bat already tells you that's one, if not one big thing that you're not going to be able to control. You're not. And so when you start to really understand that, when you start to really know that you might have a schedule and you wake up and that whole schedule got turned upside down just from the one situation that happened in the beginning of your day. You're not going to be able to control it. But when you start realizing that you're not going to be able to control it, it becomes a little easier. You'll be able to breathe a little more. You'll be able to enjoy the moments. You'll be able to be in the moments. You'll be able to enjoy yourself as a mother. You'll be able to enjoy your own journey as a mother. And you don't want to get to a place where they're big kids and you're wishing like, damn, I wish I didn't focus so much on how I was gonna make ends meet and really just be in the moment. Not saying that you shouldn't go out there and hustle and make it work for your kids so they have, a roof over their head and food and X, Y, and Z. But, just taking more time to just be in the moment with them. And that brings me to another point is make motherhood fun. It's already as stressful as it is. So make it fun. Get creative. There's so much stuff on TikTok and YouTube and even Facebook videos. Learn a new arts and craft with them. Take them, like I said, take them for a walk. Walk all the way to the park if there's a park nearby. Because, we here if the park's too damn far. I'm too tired. My back's hurting. We getting older. No, but seriously, make it fun. Let them, I know when I take my kids for a walk, they like to pick flowers. And though they're not my flowers. They're, the neighbor's flowers, but it ain't gonna hurt nobody. They're just flowers. But I stop, I pull over, and I let them pick their flowers, and Z, my son, always ends up tossing his. But seriously, make things fun. Play with them, play a game with them, do some learning and make it fun with them. Make a dessert with them. Cookies is the easiest thing you can make with them, cookies or cake. Watch a movie with them. Be silly with them. Get in tune with your inner child again, and really connect with them. Take time to sit and listen to them. You made these, you spent all this time being pregnant with them, planning all the stuff you're gonna do with them, how you're so happy to meet them, and just really becoming in love with being a mother. And I feel like when they get here, yeah, it's hard. Don't get me wrong. Motherhood is hard. But it's not impossible. And there's still moments of love and enjoyment. And, so we have all this time of being pregnant with them and planning things out, and then I feel like when it comes, it just goes out the window because we're so stressed about being this form of mom that we have in our head. And sometimes the form of mom that we want to be is not always the mom that we're supposed to be, and we need to allow ourselves to experience what kind of mom am I supposed to be? How am I supposed to speak to them? How am I supposed to love them? It's okay to... Let me drink my tea, guys, because we're supposed to be drinking something on this show. Mint tea. I love mint tea. So good. Boyfriend actually put me onto it. I lost my point. I lost my point. It's okay to ask questions and to figure it out as you're still being active in their lives. I know I'm still asking questions. I'm always, well, no, I wouldn't say always. I'm still asking questions. If I do have a question, and other things you just, you want to learn by yourself. I was the same way. I want to, I don't want to ask questions. I want to figure it out by myself. But it's okay to ask questions. That doesn't make you any less of a mom. That makes you a great mom because you're seeking help. There's a desire in you to be a better version of you, or there's a desire in you to fix a problem that you see that's happening with your child. So you can, give them a better life, so you will know how to perform better next time something like this occurs. It's okay to ask questions. Don't feel less than because you have to ask questions. Why? Because this is your first time doing it. Every mom has gone through their very first time doing it. And if you are watching this and you are pregnant, start asking questions. Get the ball rolling. Get on it now, and ask moms that just became a mom, and then in the very raw stage. Ask moms who've been mom for years. And like I said earlier, everybody has their own experience, so asking multiple mothers, and then when you ask, here's the thing, stay with me now. When you ask, you take what you think is good for you. You take what you think will be beneficial to you and your child. You take what is... I think I about covered it. Not everything that works for this person will work for that person. That goes back to there's no perfect mother. Oh my gosh, guys. Let me drink my cup. My cup of tea, because I just can't with myself. No, but seriously though, no, all seriousness, there's no perfect mother. So what might work for her and what might work for her may not work for you. What might work for her may work for you, but what might work for her may not work for you. What might work for her and what might work for her works for both. Both of them work for you. So ask around, physically ask people, watch a podcast. Read a book, and just be active. I feel like mothers need to really stick together. Women need to stick together, but that's a whole other podcast in its own, so stay tuned for that one too. Mothers really need to stick together because only mothers will understand, truly, truly, truly understand what it's like to be a mother, and how it weighs on you, and what it feels like when your child is going through something and you don't know how to fix it. You don't have the experience for it, but yet you're a new mom, and you're in it to win it. And you don't know how to go about it. There's so many different things that mothers deal with, and I feel like it's very important for us to stick together, to answer questions, to not be ashamed or afraid to approach one another. That brings me to another point. Stop mama shaming. It ain't right and it ain't nice. It ain't right and it ain't nice. I don't like it. Like I said, like I keep saying, there's no perfect mother. Every mother does it differently. So unless a mom is neglecting her child, beating her child, verbally abusive to her child, stop mama shaming. Stop. It ain't cute. It ain't cute, and it ain't for you. It ain't for nobody. We don't like it. We don't like it. There's a way to approach with your opinion, your view, your experience out of love, and there's just being nasty. They're just being judgy, and there's a way of just being gross. Don't approach me with that negative energy, because God damn it, I'm trying to survive motherhood. I don't need another mother coming over here and trying to tell me X, Y, and Z in a nasty way. No. You see a mother struggling or doing something in a way that you might see it may not be helping the child away, approach it with love. How would you want it to be approached if you were doing something? Or it doesn't even have to be harmful. You're just doing something and a mother figured it out. She's a little more experienced mother and she's done it this way and found it was much easier to do it this way. How would you feel if she approached you like, no, do it this. No, do that. No. How would you feel if someone did that to you? How would you feel if someone made you feel this big? Someone belittled you? How would you feel? How would you feel is the question. So you have to remember that motherhood is not easy. So approach another mother with love. And also keep your opinions to yourself. Just because you did it this way, just because you want to extra overly bundle them up. The kids that can't even walk because they're extra bundled up, and you know they don't need those layers. They don't need those layers. Poor kids can't even walk, looking like rolling marshmallows. And you know it, okay? The damn kids are sweating in the middle of the goddamn winter, okay? Keep your opinions to yourselves. Keep them to yourselves. We don't want to hear it. And if we do, like I said, mothers will have a moment when we seek help, because we want to help our child, because we want to be more knowledgeable in being a mother and motherhood. So there is moments when we will seek out. But if there's something that does not need your opinion on, keep it to yourself. You may have do it this way. That is cool for you. But guess what? I'm going to do it this way. Why? Because this works for me. I'm going to do it this way. Why? Because you don't know my child and it works for my child this way. Keep your opinions to yourself. And don't mother another child's mother. Another kid's, don't mother another mother's child. That was so hard to say. Don't mother another mother's child. They don't like it. We don't like it. Don't do it. They don't like it. It's just, especially with new mothers, we want that experience. And it's not that we haven't, we would have an attitude with you if you continue to do it, because it's like, yo, what's up? You don't think I know how to be a mom? But don't mother a mother's child, because you're robbing them of that experience, especially when they're newborns. You're robbing that experience of how to become a mom. And when I say mother another mother's child, or mother another mother, I should say, you're taking away that bonding, that transformation from, a woman to a woman who's now a mom. You're robbing that that experience that they've been waiting to have for 9 months. So let them, if the baby's crying, don't come running. Let them figure it out. Because why? Because you're not always going to be there. You're not always going to be there, or you may not know the mother and you see her, and if it's going on for a minute, okay, maybe you can ask, do you need any help? But don't just jump in hands on, especially if you don't know the mother. Don't just jump in hands on, because you don't know what state of mind that mother's in. A mother can be thinking, I'm not a good mom. Why can't I get my kid to start crying? They can be thinking like, okay, let me figure out what suits her. It'd be a learning moment for the mother. And here you come interrupting that. And now it's either like she has to start back over again, or, and figuring out her child and works for her child, or, she feels less than, or she just feels robbed from that moment to have that experience of learning her child, to have that experience in motherhood, the baby's first crazy crying. Why are they crying like this? What do I need to do? Yeah, it's the crying is crazy and stuff like that. But, the ringing. But it's still an important moment in our lives as new mothers, because we're figuring it out. And though it is crazy, and though it is exhausting, and though it can be chaotic, we're still enjoying the ride of figuring it out. Women are nurturers. This is a nurturing moment of something that came from us, of someone that came from us. And so let them have that moment to figure it out. Let them be able to experience being a mom or a new mom. You've had your experience. Let them experience it. And then I know it's probably love behind it, but you have to give them that moment to have that transformation, and that will build them. And when you allow them to have that moment and the baby's crying or whatever the case may be, and they figure it out, it's growing them as a mom. It's growing their confidence in motherhood. It's growing their confidence in motherhood, And so don't rob that growth from that woman. Don't rob that growth from that mom. Even if it's out of love, even if you're just trying to lend a hand, allow them to experience it, so they can help eventually, give wisdom to another mom. If someone approaches them, how do you get them through? And like I said, mothers will come seeking for help to other mothers, especially young mothers. We'll come seek. We'll look, because we get to a point where we're tired. We just want to get this baby to be quiet so we can go to sleep, or be quiet so we can have a glass of wine. All right. We do. And so I think that pretty much wraps up this podcast. Please, like I said before in my other podcast, please leave a comment on your please leave a comment. Oh my god, guys, I can't talk. I need to take a sip of my goddamn tea. Like I said before, guys, in my previous videos, I enjoy your comments. Please leave a comment. I want to like I said, we're on this journey together, so I really do genuinely want to hear your experiences, your own growth within motherhood, your biggest challenges that you've overcome, and even where you are right now, even if you feel like, yo, I'm struggling, or yo, I need to hear this. Have you experienced this? And if I have experienced it, I will do a podcast on it. Please just write a comment down below. You are not alone. You're doing a great job. You're doing the best you can. Please remind yourself of that. And yeah, guys, I'm here for you. I am going to do more mother videos, and different aspects. Definitely one about sex after a baby. That one's important, and feeling sexy after having a baby. But yeah, so please, if this was a helpful video, comment down below to keep their negative comments to yourself. This is a positive channel, a positive podcast. Like I said, we're on this journey together, guys. We're going to ride this ride together, and I want to see your growth, okay? And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Smash that notification bell so you know when I drop a video, and share this video out to any other mothers. Please share this video out. Copy the link above the video and share it out to any other mothers that are experiencing motherhood or new to motherhood, and you think that this would be a helpful video. And thank you guys for tuning in. Oh my gosh, I love you guys. I love doing Showtime Radio podcasts, and it's helping you while it's helping me. I'll catch you in the next podcast, guys. I'll catch you in the next podcast. Bye.